Hi my dear Scorpios, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy I found the time to do a video today. I almost ended up not doing it, but today is Jupiter-Pluto conjunction in the sign of Capricorn, which must be a very powerful day for most Scorpios. I know it definitely was a very powerful week for me. So let's channel the energies. Let's see what's going to be showing up for you. Of course, we have the upcoming super powerful new moon in the sign of Scorpio in just a couple of days. So I really think Scorpios are, can you say onto something, or it's not correct way, but whatever. There is some really crazy stuff I think that Scorpios are manifesting that are coming up. Of course, Mars is also turning direct literally tomorrow. So yeah, let's take a look at everything. And anyway, guys, before we get started, I actually have a super special announcement, and I announced this on my Instagram. So for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you guys know. But for everyone who didn't hear it, basically this week we are running a super special week sale. A lot of things are already gone, so whatever is left, you know, be my guest. Basically everything in my shop is 10% off. 2021 personalized prediction, which is your astrology and your tarot reading. So it's based on your chart, where I look at all the upcoming transits for 2021 that you need to be aware of, plus also do the tarot channel, the oracle messages too. So it is available. I'm not sure if we have any left. I think I added some, so there might be 1 or 2 left, so check it out. If it's in the Etsy shop, feel free to book it. There is 10% discount this week. To make sure the discount is working, make sure to type in November Magic, and everything's gonna be in the description box as well. So there is also a very amazing option for people who've been asking me how they can get readings, and also some kind of, you know, good deal on readings and classes. So there is actually, I believe, one in stock, super special package which gives you 3 private readings with me, which you can use. You know, you don't have to use all of this at once. You can, you know, kind of like stretch them out as well. That's fine with me. So this includes 3 readings, 3 private readings, and it also includes full access to my Vimeo tarot course, and also access to both level 1 and level 2 astrology courses. So this is a super special deal. I'm actually not sure if it's still there. If it is still there, you know, and if you were thinking about something like that, check it out. Once again, November discount works on that and on everything as well too. Check out whatever is there. Last but not least, my Vimeo course is back. I'm actually offering also super special discount. You can rent as low as $11 per class. Check it out. It's on Vimeo. The links are going to be provided down below. And also, if you wanted to join my astrology courses, we have a super specials going on this week. Level 2 comes with free access to level 1, and it is 20% off this week. To take advantage of discount, make sure to type in level 2. And for level 1, there is also a discount code. It is Eclipse. All of this stuff I'm gonna include in the description box, but I just want you guys to let you know this, because many people were like, oh, you know, when it's gonna be the super specials and stuff. And yes, we are doing them this week. Once again, some of the things like readings and packages are only very limited amount. I'm just finishing booking my 2020 so that I could, you know, just like relax for the rest of the year and prepare for what's coming. So check it out. All this information gonna be in the description box. And anyway, guys, let's get started. And for those of you who haven't seen you, by the way, 2021 general prediction for Scorpios, check it out. It's available in my membership. 1 hour long video, like 30 minutes is astrology, another 30 minutes tarot reading. There is no extended, so, you know, check out. It's basically my membership. You can join this as low as $9.99. So check it out. Anyway, Scorpios, I actually wanted to use a different deck, but my hands were drawn to this. Let's see. I feel empowerment. Numbers 11, 119, 19 are important for you right now. 35, 36. But let's see, my dear Scorpios. Number 555. I see some of you've been seeing lately repeating numbers, and this haven't been happening for you in a while. So you're like, oh, what's going on? Let's see. Scorpios, my Scorpios. And of course, for those of you who are new, this is Western astrology and Kabbalistic astrology for your sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Scorpio. So that's just what I use. We have here, I knew this card was going to come up. I knew that either this or the 10 of Pentacles was going to be your first cards. The Hermit would have Virgo in your chart, could be, but doesn't have to be. I feel like you withdrawn recently from being, you know, too much out there. There is something about you where you kind of accepted that you like, you know, I know different types of Scorpios. I know some Scorpios who like to be out and about, but it's more so they are pushing themselves to be outgoing and stuff like that, to be in a spotlight even as well. Of course, the rest of your chart matters. But I am as a Scorpio rising, and I have progressed moon in Scorpio as well. So like that's why I feel that energy super strongly this months and years. There is something for me personally whenever I withdraw, where I'm like, can I actually stay? Like, 'cause I have some days when I don't like to leave my apartment. I just like to just stay in. And I was talking to my friend who is a Scorpio sun recently, and I'm like, listen, do you ever do this where you're just staying home all day, like not, you know, you don't feel like seeing or talking to anyone? And she's like, of course, you haven't ever done this. And I'm like, I didn't know. I always punished myself for this. I always felt like maybe I should push myself to go outside and enjoy the nature. Maybe it's the Taurus in me, I don't know. But there's something about you basically with this Hermit card recently where you've accepted, you know, something about the solitude. You accepted like you don't want anyone to be in your business. You have some kind of light right now. There is something that's bringing you a lot of light. It could be, of course, your spiritual path. It could be something maybe like a friendship or some kind of connection. It doesn't have to be love connection, but could be, which I feel like is just your light. There is a person who could be either a friend, because Virgo is your 11th house, either a friend, or it could also be, because this is 9, it could be somebody who is either completely foreign, or they remind you, like they could be somebody who is completely foreign, like a foreigner, different culture in many ways, but there is something also that unites you. I don't know, it could be even that, let's say you're from different countries, but you have same religion, but so you feel very connected to them. Or it could be just someone who is very different, but it feels like a soul connection. This person feels to you like home. So I feel like this person or someone of that nature, once again, doesn't have to be love, could be just friendship, could be something or someone you're connected to, is giving you a lot of light. It's almost like no matter what darkness is around you, you see the light clearly because of this person. And also, I've never noticed in this card, actually, the sky. There is something about you recently understanding, maybe you're studying astrology, something about you really feeling connected, almost like to your fate, to your destiny, starting to see clearly something. I've been getting, by the way, and I need to make a separate video about this because it's not sign specific, and I've been getting very intense visions recently about the future of humanity, and they were showing me some things which I was like, oh my god. Part of it had to do with the very evolved souls of righteous people, of ascended masters, coming back and assisting our souls through the shift that's coming up for all of us. But this is not sign specific, so this is not just for Scorpios. I need to record different video. And we have here the Ace of Wands, which is interesting because I always like to look in the Hermit card at the staff that he's connected to. And of course, Ace of Wands is this new energy. So I feel like you've been kind of sitting on an opportunity, or you've been feeling like it's time to start something new. It's time. When you withdrawn, when you kind of like went in your little cave or whatever you are, your even own private space, you've realized something, you've received messages. With this Ace of Wands, you are feeling like, you know, and it makes sense, new moon of Scorpio we have in a few days since I'm recording this. You are feeling like it's time to start new. It's time to start that project, something you've been hesitating about, something you were not sure about. You're like, now I'm ready. And especially if you have planets in 24 degrees, 23, 24, 25, 22, even 26 degrees of Taurus or Scorpio, it is super, super special energy for you. Because this is when you will feel it the most. This is when this new moon will affect you the most. You will be like, wow, I definitely feel this is the new era. This is the new beginning of my life. Ace of Pentacles. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And I feel like whatever it is, this new opportunity you're thinking about, it's going to be extremely financially lucrative. It's almost like, I remember right around Jupiter-Pluto conjunction for Scorpios, when it was in April, I was like, you guys are manifesting a lot of money. And a lot of Scorpios, when comments, back in the day when comments were open, were commenting to me like, oh my God, yes, I just got this opportunity, I just got that opportunity. Because why? Pluto is the ruler, is a modern ruler of Scorpios. And whenever Pluto connects to Jupiter, it brings you some kind of abundance. Not always it is financial abundance. It could be abundance of spiritual abundance. Like, I know these days people don't necessarily look at some kind of spiritual revelation as wealth, but back in the day, actually, the reason why Jupiter represents both wealth and prosperity and also spiritual knowledge, it is because actually to be able to receive and study something spiritual, you had to be of certain status. It was considered super valuable, not like these days we're not really respecting that, right? It's coming back, but still. So listen to that one. Ace of Pentacles. So you've been kind of conserving, I'm hearing your energy, taking a step back. You know why? Because a new beginning is coming. Because, and I think I've been kind of channeling, like, you know, in your previous videos, it really felt like a prequel, you know? Like there is a sequel, which is later after the movie. Prequel is what happens before. So there has been that energy where I feel like you've been prepared for something. You've been in that stage, what do you call it? Nesting, I think, or something like that, right? Because right now with this Ace of Pentacles, with the Ace of Wands, the new ideas and the new opportunities have potential for you to make you, at the minimum, very wealthy, very financially stable. It's like you start with something small, but you get this, what you call it, Midas touch. And I feel like for you guys, more than ever, it is important to believe that even if, you know, we all have had our ups and downs, we've all experienced some kind of lows in life. In times like this especially, you know, it is nothing to be surprised by, right? But Scorpio and the strength, the true strength of a Scorpio, and anyone even who has, let's say, Jupiter in Scorpio or Jupiter in the 8th house, or any planets really in Scorpio or in the 8th house, the strength of that Scorpio energy is that no matter how low you fall, whether in consciousness, whether in, God forbid, something in physical also reality, you're able to bounce back that much higher. So whatever low, whatever, you know, this is why it's a symbolism of a phoenix as well. No matter how low you go, no matter what you experience, you are one of the signs, one of the only sign really that is able to experience this rebirth and actually somehow out of the darkness be able to create and correct the energy and transform the energy and bring the tremendous light. So right now you guys are actually manifesting something. And once again, don't be discouraged if you're starting, let's say, maybe a little business, maybe a little creative project, and you're like, well, what are you talking about? When am I gonna be so wealthy of that? You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you're gonna have that Midas touch, and opportunities and doors will open. And no matter how small something starts at a seed level, if you set that intention, that yes, maybe I'm starting small, but I know this has potential to bring me greatness, to bring me my kingdom, that's what you're gonna get. Beautiful energy. Wow, Scorpios, I'm just like happy to be, you know, in the same, how to say, team Scorpio. Good vibes, good vibes. Good times are coming up. 3 of Cups. What did I say? Good times are coming up. And I do feel like for those of you who've also been withdrawn because you felt like, I don't want these fake people, or it's all a waste of time, or you know, it's not worth taking a risk and, you know, deal with everything that's out there right now, you will be back. You will be in the spotlight somehow. You will be celebrated. Many people don't know, but actually Scorpio's risings especially have Leo midheaven. So especially if you're Scorpio rising, there is that desire to have certain notoriety, to have certain recognition. So if you haven't had a chance to receive that yet, I feel like you've been working out, they say, some kind of muscle, learning about how to correctly present yourself, they say, proper, something about proper way, I'm not sure, not appropriate, proper way, because I feel like with this 3 of Cups, you're coming into that stage where you know how to hold your head high and how to, you know, enjoy the party, and it's definitely a time for celebration. You've come a long way from being really isolated to starting to manifest brand new beginnings. And actually, a lot of you see how these cups here, they're overflowing with fruit, which is prosperity, health, beautiful things. So all of these things, you're like coming in and you're like, oh my God, I'm so blessed. I feel like it's also, they say, whatever you resonate with really, but they say it's very good for you right now, especially to do, it's very good for you right now to do like a gratitude journal. So if like you, when you wake up, be like, oh, I'm grateful for all of this and this and this in my life, or when you go to sleep, whatever, whenever you want, whenever you feel like it. And they say when you pray, especially right now, it is so amazing for you to count every single blessing that you have, whether it comes like, you know, maybe this year was so hard for everyone, but you are okay, right? You're doing okay with your health, you're doing okay with this, and it's amazing for you, I think, right now to pray or meditate, whichever way you like doing it, and just say, you know, thanks to God, say thanks to the universe, say thank you to the light for, you know, making you so protected, because they say you are protected, but it's something, you know, the more, like the secret of it spiritually is also, the more you say thanks for how protected you are and for how many blessings you have, your blessings multiply. And I mean, it's gratitude, right? Common sense. Your blessings are multiplying. Oh my God, 8 of Wands, 8 of Wands. If you felt also like you've been stuck, not much been going on, I feel like things are about to start speeding up for you. I'm almost getting like, it's been very slow. I don't know for how long, for a while. And I feel like as we're approaching this new moon of Scorpio, everything suddenly will start moving super fast. Some of you will hear from people you haven't heard of from before for a while, and just events will start picking up. Some of you will even have an opportunity to do a little trip somewhere. The Magician. And what they also say right now is that your manifestation works like crazy. So it's almost like if you set an intention for something, whether it's about healing, whether about financial prosperity, whether it's even about love, the universe is bringing it to you at light speed like this. Because Magician, of course, is manifestation, and you do have, you know, we only started your reading, but you already got the 2 aces, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, something that's born as a powerful idea and inspiration that's also materializes in reality, brings you sustenance and stability. But with the Magician card, he also, of course, has all the 4 elements in front of him, and he is able to command the energies. He is able to connect to the energies. He is powerful. With the 8 of Wands, of course, everything is also very fast. So everything you're thinking right now, everything you're saying right now, everything you are manifesting is that much more powerful. And especially with Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, which we had this today. So I was like, let's do Scorpio reading. I cannot leave them, you know, without a reading today. But of course we don't feel it, the energy like this just in a day. We're gonna feel it for the rest of the months, and you know, it's here really for a lot of Scorpios. It's been a transformative year, especially on the level of the mind, because everything starts with the mind as well. So pay attention to your thoughts right now. Make sure you're manifesting what you actually want, because you guys, I feel like you're gonna rocket ship somewhere, you know, not sure where, but you know, you have the 5 of Wands. Let's see, next to the 5 of Cups. 5 of Wands next to the 5 of Cups. There is a part of you, I think, that on some level, you know, is like scared. I don't think that this is what's happening to you. I think that you are scared of, you know, like when everything goes well, we all Scorpios know how this works. When everything goes well, when you're rising, when things are getting better, there is a bit of that fear that, you know, Scorpio in a way is one of the signs that is very familiar with crisis. I think when 2020 happened, most Scorpios were like in their own natural element, you know, because you were like, you know, this is welcome. Our life is constantly ups and downs and crises and different things like this. So in a way for you, when everything is tumultuous, it's more familiar. I think I said this many times in your readings, but when things are really starting to speed up, why sometimes Scorpios are the only enemies, the main enemy of a Scorpio is Scorpio themselves. Why? Because the nature of Scorpio is the ups and downs. So whenever, let's say, things are going up, deep down, you know, oh my God, is there something, you know, I need to be aware of. I think that what they say to me, you've tasted enough sadness, which made you very evolved. And you've done some kind of also, I feel like, service to others, or maybe you've just, you know, have forgiven someone, and they say that's enough with you. Try to not be so scared that there is something is gonna go wrong. I honestly don't think that anything is going wrong for you. I do know that some of you are still healing. Maybe there's a bit of conflict. You're more sensitive than usual, so sometimes little things I feel like have the power to kind of make you a little bit emotional. But also, if you have these moments when you need to cry, like I had today out of nowhere, everything was amazing, but I just felt like crying, and I couldn't even explain why. My friends were, everyone was like, but everything is great, like, why are you crying? And I'm like, I don't know. So like, you know, if you have these moments, it's a purge, it's release of energy. Let it go, let it be, because I feel like, once again, you guys are headed in a very happy direction. And sometimes when things are really picking up, when things are really getting better, there is just out of nowhere this emotions that I feel like are just coming up. So that's okay, guys. And I feel like there is a little bit some maybe little annoying stuff, maybe some technical issues or whatever to watch out for. Be careful with these things, but I don't see anything major that you guys need to be aware of right now. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, there is a part of you that I feel like is trying to also settle down yourself. You want to make sure your coins are safe. You want to make sure you're protected. I feel like you're okay. Try not to worry too much, because, you know, with the Eight of Cups next to it and the Eight of Cups was underneath, I feel like you've been on a road of letting go, losing people, maybe losing faith, losing things, leaving things behind, detaching from things for such a long time. I see like for some of you, it's a time period of like 8 months. For some people, it's even as much as I don't want to say 8 years necessarily, but you know what 8 is also, if we reverse it, is infinity symbol. So it feels, I feel like for a lot of you with this Eight of Cups, as it's been forever. It's been forever. You've been saying goodbye, and you've been detaching, you've been letting go and not attaching to anything. But I feel like it's, once again, it's okay, because you've completed a major chapter. And you know, in your yearly reading, I talk about this a lot, that there is a very big shift of the winds, very big shift of energy from all the Scorpio rising, sun and moon, doesn't matter. Because with the Empress card, for a lot of you, it's not so much about actively, you know, how to say, I feel like you are manifesting things. I feel like things are moving very fast for you, but there is this element of stability that I feel like you've gained this year, perhaps this past few years, this self-awareness, this clarity of intention, this clarity of when you speak about something, or when you position yourself, whether it's about personal relationships or whether it's about love relationships or work relationships, whatever, where there's something about very high dignity, being very highly dignified, where it's almost like you didn't just get your crown, you know, by someone. You didn't just get recognized by someone. You've earned every single thing. I feel like you have, or for those of you who are still manifesting things, you are gonna have, and you don't have to doubt yourself anymore. I think you can have faith, and I think you can be very confident that your stability and prosperity and certain degree of self-awareness and even queendom, or some kind of very elevated feminine energy, especially for the feminine, is there to stay. You know why? Because whenever we get something very quickly, right, like this, whether it's money or anything else, you know, sometimes certain things that come quickly could also go away very quickly. There is that energy of in and out. Not always. I don't want to say that it's always like this, but I feel like for most Scorpios, you've worked so hard for everything. And I'm not saying just about something financial or material. It could be literally to have the peace of mind, to have the clarity, to be in a place where you, let's say, are not chasing anymore. You are not in any kind of a relationship where you are overstretching yourself and having your boundaries violated or having people mistreat you. You've earned. I think there was a long and arduous and also lonely journey for you, leaving behind things you've cared about a lot, things you didn't want to let go, but you had to choose yourself. You had to choose growth. And because it was such a hard and arduous journey, things you've earned and self-awareness and certain dignity and certain influence and even certain way of feeling yourself is there to stay. So you don't have to worry about the Scorpio. You are a queen, a king, whoever you're watching me. You are someone who good things will come for, and you don't have to worry that like you're gonna be unstable again or whatever like that. Let's see, Knight of Wands next to the Page of Swords. Let's see, for a lot of you, when it comes to friendships, maybe romantic connections, there is a little bit of this energy where you know that there's people trying to speak to you, trying to talk to you. You're not sure if you want to entertain all of your options. I feel like you have a lot of options when it comes to love, excuse me, but you're like, I don't know, maybe this could be something quick or whatever, but I don't know if I want that. With the Page of Swords, there is a degree of people watching you. I think that a lot of people, whether, once again, it doesn't have to be somebody romantic, it could be just people in your life. I think people in your life have noticed a change in you, and I think there is something about being watched. Nothing crazy. I don't feel like it's something to necessarily be scared about, but I feel like you're watched. And people who watch you, they are genuinely observing you. They are like looking at you, what's going on with the Scorpio? It could be someone you once loved as well, because I feel like recently you behaved in some way where how you don't normally behave. So let's say if normally somebody says, hey, WYD or whatever, this like abbreviation is, and you're like, oh, what's up, hi, whatever, blah blah blah, you say something back, you interact. You lately kind of made yourself, like, you've changed the way you are. Something changed about you in a major way, probably because you're like, I don't know, you shall not pass. This is my you shall not pass card. You're like, no, you made yourself less available. And you know what? The saddest part, I think, for every empath and for every just sensitive person to learn in this journey is, as much as you want to connect to everyone and as much as you want to love everyone, unfortunately, when you are in that energy, no one appreciates you. I mean, some people appreciate you, but very few. When you make yourself too available, as much as your intentions could be the purest in the world, there is just something about it that it attracts difficult situations where you will be learning the lesson of boundaries, of you shall not pass. And then when you make yourself less available, as much as it's sad, I really wish, honestly, like this wasn't this way. I wish we could all be just open and we wouldn't treat people that way. But there's something about you withdrawing yourself, making yourself less available, that stimulate the interest. Oh, what's going on with Scorpio? Once again, it could be about love, but it could be also just people in general. They're like, oh, what happened? What's going on over there? This person is acting different than normal. The Moon, it's almost like there is something about you where you realized the value of keeping certain mystery. You realize that actually being a bit mysterious, being not so easy to read, not necessarily being this open book, works well for you. And I just want to see what does it do. Knight of Cups. Especially when it comes to love, people are like, oh, I want to know about the Scorpio. And actually, this video is available in my membership about how to attract anyone with your Venus. All you need to know is your Venus sign. And for women especially who have Venus in Scorpio, or Venus in the 8th, but especially for Venus in Scorpio, is extremely important to maintain a certain degree of mystery. Like, you know how in old school your mom or grandma would say, like, a woman needs to be mysterious. I don't know if there's a way to say this in English, but in Russian there is an actual saying how, like, a woman needs to have a how do you translate that, like a mystery, basically. Yeah, something like that, because that now attracts romantic interest. People are like, who is this wonderful person? So you are now using, especially for those who have Venus and Scorpio, you're using the energy of your Venus. People are like, oh, I want to know. Three of Pentacles. There's something about you also getting back to your creative hobbies, to your creative ideas, kind of like planning what is it you want to create. If you're trying to launch any kind of creative project, or if you're launching any kind of internet project even as well, like a new website or anything like that, extremely auspicious time, especially second half of November. This is when Mercury goes visible. This is when there is very positive alignments in the skies, and we have the star at the bottom. So this is going to be blessed. Whatever especially you're starting online wise is going to be so blessed. We have here, the Devil, which is of course a Capricorn energy with death, but this to me is honestly just the Jupiter Saturn Pluto conjunction. So let me see how this works. The devil next to death. This has been showing up for so many actually signs. I don't even remember which other signs it came up with. The devil is the toxic energy. In this card, in this deck, for me it is. I don't always read devil like this. Sometimes to me it's like a super sexual connection or whatever. In this deck specifically, it is something which has to do with jealousy, which has to do with just toxicity. But it's great to have devil next to death because it means this is the end of that. So if there's been, I feel like there's been people who are very jealous of you because of your ability, I think, to take lemons, and how they say take lemons, make lemonade out of that. It's almost like no matter what shitty situation, maybe even your enemies, I'm seeing for some of you, have tried to put you in, it's almost like you use all of that to your advantage, which is once again a gift of Scorpio, a gift of especially Jupiter in Scorpio, Jupiter in the 8th house, because you can take the shittiest situation, any kind of even crisis, whether personal or even collective, and somehow turn it into something positive. This is the gift of Scorpio. And I think that for a lot of people, it's like, I cannot believe this. This person is truly like, unbeatable or whatever. Because that's the thing. For Scorpio measure placements, you are, maybe it's not the best reference, but I don't know why, whenever I do Scorpio readings, I have movie references. You know how, and I'm not saying you're like that character, but it's just, I think it illustrates the point. You know how in Batman, in the third one, like The Dark Knight Rises, there was this Bane character? And you know how when Batman just came to fight him, and he turned off all like the lights and stuff, and Bane was saying to Batman like, oh, you think darkness is your ally? I was born in the darkness, right? He says something like that, molded by it. So this is you kind of in a way. It's almost like people tried to scare you with stuff or whatever, create some kind of issues for you. I'm even seeing, just for some of you, there is people around you who are very much in a negative type of vibration, where they work with negative type of energies. And it's almost like they try to scare you by that or whatever. But you're the Scorpio. You've seen the darkness. I feel like you guys who are more evolved, you've chosen the light. So darkness doesn't scare you. Because why? You know that you're protected. You know that you've seen it all and you didn't fall for illusion. So this really made, of course, any kind of enemies you've had super, super, super angry. But it doesn't matter anymore because it doesn't affect your energy. The wheel, wow. The wheel of fortune. Because you know what? There are certain things that just meant to be. And I feel like there was certain lessons that were a little bit harder lessons where you had to experience that. You know how in a way, again, a movie reference, you know how in Lord of the Rings, and I don't know why I always reference say movies, but that's what they always show me. In Lord of the Rings, for Gandalf to become the white wizard, right? He had to go into this darkness and he had to like experience, I mean, I don't know exactly how it worked, what happened, but he had to encounter certain difficulties for him to rise to his absolute, destiny of being this, white wizard or whatever. And if I'm incorrect about something, that's not the point. But the point is for you to become the most powerful, the strongest version of yourself. It was part of the plan. It was part of your destiny. And I think right now, for those of you who are wondering, why did I have to go through all of this? The Wheel of Fortune is showing that you're about to see the bigger plan, the bigger picture, how everything connects. Queen of Cups, this is you. And I feel like whatever it is, you are about to be rewarded with, I feel like, very, very happy emotional situation. It could be love, not necessarily, but it's like you're about to be rewarded, they say emotionally. The Hanged Man could be Piscean energy. King of Pentacles could be Pisces, Taurus, Pisces, Capricorn, Pisces, even Virgo. You're about to meet someone when you least expect this. Some kind of new energy you're manifesting. The person who somehow also has Midas touch. So I don't know, you are two of you are having Midas touch. And I feel like you are gonna, they say, get stuck with a person, but it's not in a bad way. Before you get angry, you're about to get stuck with someone in a positive way. I have no idea what this means. It's almost like it's not even stuck in a bad way. It's more like you're about to get like, I don't know, something like you're about to connect, and to bind, to be bound to someone, but in a positive way. And if you don't like the message, it's not for you, but that's what I'm hearing. And I know it's kind of weird, but it's a very positive thing, because you are meeting someone who has Midas touch, and Judgment was at the bottom, and it's almost like it's an operation, they say, overseen by angels. King, oh my God. And of course, as you're manifesting the new, who is the King of Wands? Is this the old? Because this is King of Wands, is not the new. There is this energy of the King of Wands who has, I feel like, some kind of opinion about this, or maybe you yourself are thinking, am I choosing the right person or not? Seven of Cups, oh my God, because you're like, I have options now. Wow. When it comes to love, especially for those of you who have Scorpio moon, who have also Taurus placements, you will see soon that there is a very big amount of options. I get that there is a new energy or something that you've been recently dealing with, which has Midas touch. It could be a person who is very prosperous as well, who is very successful, who's very generous, they say too, that you could be connecting with. But then there is also another person who doesn't ever give much, but wants a lot. They say this, they talk a lot. So there could be some kind of person with a lot of fire in their chart who talks a lot, but they don't necessarily give a lot. So I don't know, it could be these two kings you're connecting with. With the Seven of Cups, for some of you, there's going to be big choices soon to be made. Anyway, I think this is enough for this video. We're going to take this to the extended to take a look who these kings are, what are the options of the Scorpio are, and everything else. Links to the extended are going to be down below. Once again, guys, it's only this week until the end of this week. Super special sale on my Etsy platform. So there is 10% discount for most listings. There's 2021 predictions, which is exclusive for you, that's available. I believe there should be still 1 or 2 left because I renewed a little bit. So check it out. And then most likely I'm not going to have that available. What else? There is a package also available for someone who wants to have 3 readings with me, plus access to all classes, all my tarot classes, all my astrology classes. It's for super low price. So check it out. It's just something I wanted to give because people were asking me a lot to make this kind of option. And my astrology classes are also on sale this week. 20% discount for level 2 gives you automatic access to level 1, code level 2 at the checkout. Links are going to be down below. And for level 1, it's 10% discount, code Eclipse. Check them out. My Vimeo tarot class is also back. You can stream it for as low as $11.11. Check it out. Links are in the description box. I love you guys all. I'll see you in the extended. Have amazing new moon in Scorpio. Love you guys. Bye.